Hi there, I'm Dr. Andrea Purcell, and you're watching Straight from the Doctor's Desk, where natural medicine is used as the first resort to achieve the health and life that you love. Well, welcome to Facebook Live. Today we are talking about packing food for air travel. My brother and his wife came out to visit over 4th of July weekend. And on his way back home through Phoenix Airport, I received a text message from him. And he said that his bags had gotten pulled off the security line for inspection. And it turned out that the suspicious items were food related. So I thought that I needed to talk more about this topic because it's summertime and that means vacation. And I know that a lot of you are traveling. And I also know that a lot of you are working really hard to eat clean and avoid processed foods. So this is a very relevant topic for those of us who travel and who want to eat healthy. So if you're committed to eating healthy, it's difficult to find good choices. Yes, there have been better choices in the last decade at airports, but it still is very hard to find fresh items like fruits and vegetables. If you're lucky, you can find a banana. Rarely can you ever find an apple. So if you travel with food, you may have noticed that in the last few months, your bag has been pulled off the line for inspection. And that's because recently the TSA, Transportation Safety Administration, has heightened their regulations around food. And they're going to spend more time inspecting food and looking at bags that contain food, everything that's carried on through the security checkpoints. The main issue with food is its density. It's very dense and it's difficult to see exactly what it is with the X-ray scanner technologies. And about 2 months ago, I was informed by a TSA employee at John Wayne Airport in Orange County that there was a lot of talk about food and food inspections were going to increase. So while you can pack nearly anything in your checked bag, it really becomes an issue with carry-ons. Because although a security search can be annoying and time-consuming, I've never really had any food taken away from me or thrown away. It's all been given right back. So what it's just going to do is it's going to delay the time, your time, before you get to your gate, and you're going to spend more time in security. So if a food item looks suspicious, then it really is up to the discretion of the TSA employee if they're going to allow it or not. So in order to help you reduce the time that you spend in security and make sure that you walk through with all the food that you want to bring on your trip, I've developed a way to pack my food that makes it easier for the TSA to see what I have and then allow it, to be brought through to the gate. So I have a list of food items that I carry along on all of my trips, and I want to share it with you because on a long travel day, you shouldn't have to deviate too far off your eating plan if you plan ahead. Okay, so I want to help you successfully plan ahead. So let's get to it. Number 1, as a rule, generally speaking, all liquids are a no-no. Yes, the liquid allowance is 3 ounces or less. So if you have something that's liquidy, make sure it is 3 ounces or less. I really try hard to avoid all liquidy things altogether. So this is where you enter a gray area with semi-soft liquids, things like yogurt, peanut butter, guacamole, chia seed pudding. These are the gray area and they will probably get taken away because they're not solid, they're not liquid, and TSA doesn't like them very much. So it's really best to stick with solid items, or if it's going to resemble a liquid, you want to have it at the 3 ounces or less quantity. Number 2, pack all your food in easy to see through Ziploc bags. I have a whole selection of different Ziploc bag sizes that I use. So I use the snack bags, I use the sandwich bags, I use the quart bags, I use the gallon bags. And if it's a messier item, make sure you double bag it because they don't allow any food actually in their bins. If it's leaking through, that's bad news. It's going to be a liquid and they're not going to like that. Number 3, place all the food that you're bringing with you separately in its own bin. So this prevents TSA from searching through your bags, and it saves them time and it saves you time. So let them just see what you have and just separate it out. 4, if you're going to freeze your food or put anything on ice or an ice pack, make sure that it is completely frozen. They will allow frozen ice packs through, but if the ice pack is partially melted or there's some liquid at the bottom, chances are they're going to throw it out. So here's my list of snack items. This is tip number 5 for you. I usually bring buffalo jerky. If you like turkey jerky, beef jerky, salmon jerky, it's up to you. I carry 2 to 4 apples with me at all times. I bring a selection of protein bars, trail mix, dried fruits. Oh, and Trader Joe's now has these really cute little packages of olives. They're individual serving size and they have almost no liquid in them. So individual packets of olives. You can get those little individual packets of almond butter, peanut butter, cashew butter. There's a company called Justin's that makes those. I take individual packets of rolled oats just in case. You know, if you get detained or your trip goes longer. I do take 1 box of Mary's Gone crackers, or you could take your favorite cracker of choice. It's probably, gluten-free and all of that. So I like the Mary's. There is another type of paleo cracker that one of my patients told me about called Jill's, which is pretty healthy and good as well. A lot of times I will chop carrots and celery. You could take baby carrots with you. And then the individual serving cups of guacamole or hummus are very helpful, and they are below the 3 ounce, and they're not liquid. As long as they're packed really nicely, they usually can pass through no problem. Now, if you're looking to bring meals through, a salad is always fine. If it's a pre-boxed salad, you just gotta watch, make sure the dressing is below the 3 ounce requirement. I usually take 2 to 3 Ziploc bags. They're the sandwich size bags of chopped grilled chicken, asparagus, and quinoa. You could take rice, green beans, chicken, salmon, however you want to break it up. But I find that if I freeze them the night before, put them in a cooler bag on a frozen ice pack, they travel really nicely and will stay. If I travel anywhere between 1 and 3 days generally. If you're looking for some breakfast ideas, I sometimes do a sandwich bag of roasted potatoes. It could be sweet potatoes, purple potatoes, any kind of potato with kale salad is a nice breakfast option. Then I just double bag it. Another option are those overnight oatmeal cups. If you haven't heard about them, you can check out my blog where I have the recipe, but they're very nice because they soak all night in the, I put them in a disposable container and there's no liquid in there. Everything soaks up. So it looks like a solid. And then once you get through security, you can just reconstitute them with a little bit of water. So that's really a great breakfast option as well. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I know, traveling creates anxiety for a lot of people, and especially, what am I going to do with my food if I'm on a special food plan? But if you really are committed to eating well and eating fresh, there is a way to do it. So I would love to hear from you. If you are inspired from this post, or if you have an idea or something that travels really well that I didn't talk about, I would love to hear from you. So leave a comment below. And if natural medicine speaks to you, you could learn a whole lot more at my website at drandreapurcell.com. And like I always say, you become who you hang around. So let's hang out some more and we'll help change medicine one person at a time. Take good care. Bye-bye.